You're about to watch a podcast with myself and Andreas Massouras. He's an influencer and an entrepreneur. In this episode, we'll be talking about the latest and greatest AI tools, what AI tools to use when doing content creation, and just his journey on how he became an entrepreneur and leveraging AI to his advantage in 2024. Enjoy. All this AI videos and so many followers, and then I was like, wait, what is this about? And I see you give so much valuable advice away for free, how people can leverage AI in today's world. Tell us, what is your background and how did you actually get into this?
Thank you. Thanks for having me on. I started, so I have a full-time job still currently, and I've always been sort of trying to figure out what my side hustle is. I had a mobile bar in 2016, and then it was like grueling. And then I sort of figured out, I don't want to do anything like this. I'm going to focus doing stuff online. So that was like my main thing that I learned. And then I pivoted into doing e-commerce sales, mostly specifically Amazon. So I did that. And then the margins were very slim. I remember, 1 year I thought I had a pretty decent revenue as a year, and I ended up taking, 10 grand home after everything was said and done. And then towards the end of 2022, after it took me a few years to learn Amazon, I came across ChatGPT. That's where it came out. So I didn't know what I was going to do. I wanted to pivot to something else. I wasn't enjoying it. And I thought I had enough, but I didn't know what I was going to do. And then I heard about this tool called ChatGPT, and it was like artificial intelligence. And I'm not technical. I don't know how to code. None of that. So I debated where am I going to focus? So I dropped everything that I was doing with e-commerce. And one of the things I remember from my e-commerce days is having an audience is easier to sell to sort of someone. One of my mentors is one of the main things that he taught. Build an audience, and then you have Amazon as a platform, you have your audience, and then you combine that too, and then that's a perfect thing. So I started making content about Stoic philosophy, out of all things, using AI. And long and short of it is I then sort of pivoted to just purely doing AI, because my messaging was all over the place. I felt that there was a lot more sort of growth and more area to sort of go if I just did one thing instead of just being all over the place. And then in the meantime, I just focused to give as much value as possible to help people understand and embrace AI. Because it's going to be a very interesting few years. And AI literacy is going to be learning how to respond to emails or turning on a laptop. You're going to have to do it. It's going to be, the way I say it is, if you were to clone yourself and, one clone knows AI and the other clone doesn't know how to use AI, the person that knows how to use AI will win, 10 out of 10 times from now on.
Definitely.
So that's sort of my main, those sort of the last sort of 6 to 7 years in my life, and now I'm just sort of truly focusing on this.
What is your typical process when creating the content? Because what I'm seeing visually is absolutely amazing. So do you kind of script it out on ChatGPT, and then also what platforms do you use?
So right now I'm just doing Instagram. That's my main platform, but I'm also using planning tools to upload content on YouTube and TikTok. Those are sort of a bit on the lower side. But as far as the process is concerned, if it's something that I see is trending, I'll do that. If it's something that I see is valuable, I do that. And something that that's helped for me to help me with my growth in the last few months was figure out something that works and do more of that. So if you look back on my feed, there's a few things that have done well for me, and I just use the same formula and repeat it. So let's say I'll do a cool video, and then I'll record myself during that process, and then do a tutorial after.
Yeah.
So there's a chance that either that video will do well, video after that to sort of say, if you want to use this sort of effect, use this tool, like a very simple broken down. And then I'll do another one saying, oh, these are the best 3 video tools, these are the best 3 image tools. So it kind of, you repurposing a little bit the same idea, and again and again. So that's currently where I am now. And then I have a sort of, the next iteration of content is I want to try a few different things and help kind of prepare people for AI, which is something I'm going to be, gonna start in the next few weeks.
Oh, that's exciting. That's really awesome. I did see one of your videos, and it was kind of like a hook, because I saw the process, but I didn't see the end result. So I was so curious to know about the end result, and I quickly saw the other video, and it's such a nice hook. I guess that can also bring one a lot of engagement and followers to your page. My next question to you was, I don't know if you saw the new AI that launched.
Yeah, the O1, right?
Yeah, the O1. What is your
GPT?
Yeah, what is your thoughts on the O1?
So the sort of general consensus is that it's pretty groundbreaking. I've played around with it a little bit. I've not had a really crazy application for it. Because I've got a lot going on. I tend to not be like one of those people that's going to go out and explore these brand new tools. I'll wait for people to figure it out, and then I'll go watch some tutorials, and then I'll do sort of my sort of spin on it. So we're still in the sort of early stage when I'm looking at people's what's the word, impression of it, and it's really interesting. From what I gather, is in some tests, like you compare GPT-4, it was like 15% on, let's say, coding, and it's now jumped up to sort of 85% in some instances. And if you look at these models, it's like there's a big breakthrough, and then it sort of stagnates a little bit. So for them to have achieved this sort of different, sort of this increase in, the reasoning, and they have the model to actually think before they do anything, they must have changed something with how the architecture is of it. And again, like I said, I'm not technical, so I wouldn't even know where to begin to sort of explain this.
No, definitely. It's really amazing. I've seen a couple of videos, and it's really, really intriguing. And for you as an expert in this field, what would your advice be for someone else looking to start creating content with AI?
So my advice would be, first of all, do it. Just to start. We're so early now that the people that, even if you start creating content now, I think we're 18 months, 2 years before big mainstream adoption. So we're still in the, early adopters, sort of, that curve, which I think is like 10, 12%. So still early, and then you have a few choices. There's so many ways to go about it. There's all these theme pages that are doing well, and all they do is just take a video, and then they just like slap the logo, and then they say, oh, this is what happened today, blah blah blah, or make some images, make some content that way. So there's one way to go about it. The other way is to do like a series. So there's people that use Midjourney to do these cool images, or they do mini stories, or there's these people that explore different worlds. Like there's a few pages that have started, let's say, a fictional world, and then the world just sort of developed in itself, and it has characters and things. Yeah, so that's sort of one area to go about it. And then the third one is to do your own personal brand. So, but exactly what I'm. Then from there on, again, you have even more options. You can talk about news, you can do tutorials, you can show how AI will impact. A good way, whatever is you're interested, and then 10x your skill. So for you, it would be SEO, right? So how can you influence? How can you improve SEO with AI or any sort of fields relating to that?
Yeah.
For me, I like. I think the video and all that sort of things is working really well right now. So I'm kind of leaning hard into that. But as I mentioned, over the next few weeks, I'm going to add some more pivots and then urge people to make content about AI. That's number one. And number two is help sort of figure out what the next 10 to 20 years look like. Because I don't think there's many people in short form doing that. There's books, there's YouTube clips, there's a lot of YouTube creators doing that, but not many in short form.
Yeah, no, there isn't many. You're the very first one I've actually come across on Instagram. So maybe it's just because I'm not too tapped into that niche. But how interesting is that people actually have a whole story that they're busy unfolding. And looking at your content, you are so creative. What role does human creativity play when creating content with AI?
I think at this moment is quite a lot, and you still want I draw inspiration from other humans. That's sort of the main thing. I'm not one of those that's going to be, give me 30 ideas and then go do that. Not that that doesn't work, but you'd rather have something that's already tried and tested and then try and do your own version of that. So a lot of, human creativity is a big part of it. And I see it as a co-pilot, which I think is a perfect word for it right now. I have an idea, and then I'll start off the idea. But for example, I have an idea for a video I want to make that sort of is a video to video that can convert you into anything. And I want to show the evolution of how it went from, monkeys to potentially, migrating with robots. And I have the idea of I'm going to be swinging off a tree like a monkey and then go down and then pretending to light the fire, and then the AI is going to convert me to, I don't know, like a monkey, and then a Neanderthal, and then to a Roman nobleman, blah, blah, blah. But I don't have the script for it. So I inputted the idea into it, and I said, these are the two things, and this is the outcome, and then bring this middle bit in for me.
Yeah.
And then how does this look like? What is the script? And also give me the different, the shot angles I want to do. And then, so it's sort of, you can go from anywhere to have a completely original idea with AI and see that through, or you can use it to help you, or you can use it at any point, through visuals, through video, sound effects. It really is. The impact is everywhere. It's just the extent that you want to use it.
Definitely, yeah.
I hope that answers the question.
Yeah, it does. 100% it does. Human creativity plays such a big role. You explained it so perfectly. But I wanted to ask you, looking at your content, it's I could almost not say that it's AI. It looks like animation and hours, days, weeks of work that goes into it. Is there a certain tool that you would recommend users to use?
Well, it depends. There is stuff that isn't AI, that is animation. So one of the key things that I've learned during my e-commerce days is the advantage of leveraging a virtual team. So I have a team of 3 virtual assistants, and then each of them do different tasks. So I've got 2 that are editors. I've got one that does my thumbnails, and he also does admin. And I'm also scaling my content agency, so he's sort of been managing that. So a good formula that I like to sort of encourage people is you plus a virtual team, and then plus AI is like where the magic happens, because you can delegate, what you what you can.
Yeah.
The best way and again, going back to sort of back to my Amazon days, is one of my mentors had this organizational chart. So you sit in the top, And then let's say you want to do your editing, you want to do your filming, you want to do your scripting, and then you assign each role to each of those sort of areas. So let's say it's editing, you have 5 or 6 subsections, and then you have planning, and then you have creating an offer, and you have emails, and then you need to be doing them all in the beginning, and then you learn them, you teach them, and then now that we have the opportunity to use AI, you can use AI to automate it.
Yeah.
So that's the model that I'm kind of slowly trying to implement and sort of remove myself from the things that may be the least impactful to sort of my business right now and move to higher level things.
Yeah, time consuming, the things that take the most time, and that probably allows you to really scale. That's amazing. My last question is more statement than a question, is to let the people know what you currently have going on.
Yeah, so currently I am, it's got a lot going on personally. I'm, like I said, full-time job, kids. I'm moving house right now.
Oh, congratulations.
So I'm kind of, yeah, so it's like I'm all over the place. So I'm trying to manage everything. It's good to be able to outsource and delegate. I'm growing the audience on everything, and I'm monetizing through 2 things, which is AI education and brand deals for different brands that come to me. I don't advertise this, but I'm got my own content agency where I will speak to mostly long form creators, and then use AI, and then use my virtual assistants to chop it up into short form and then repurpose it for them. So I got my second client for that. And the next levels are sort of newsletter, digital product, and then look to scale the agency side of things so I can be a holistic approach. You know, you want automated scripts, you want automated LinkedIn posts, you want your content done for you, you want your editing done for you. You pick your package, and then we can offer it. And again, with that, try and be sort of high levels so I can manage, every different other funnel. So that is the next sort of 3 to 6 month timeline, I'm hoping. And again, as AI progresses, it's getting crazier and crazier every day.
Definitely.
So just keeping track of it is just ridiculous.
But that's absolutely brilliant. And I take my hat off for you for being such an entrepreneur, and then also making the time for content creation, but also being a dad and a husband. Like that's, I take my hat off for you.
Thank you. Yeah, I really appreciate it. But then that's the thing, isn't it? It's that's why I do it, and that's why everyone does it. Is for family, and because I think that one of my drivers now is do you see this in the background?
Yeah, I can.
So that is my sort of motto and kind of thing that I'm kind of like artificial general intelligence is a good chance is very close. Don't know how close, but when that does come, it's going to impact a lot of people. So we're here now, AGI is here, and then there's another space of time before it becomes mainstream. So you have this amount of time that is finite. So between this and that period of time, it's just making sure you're as financially stable as possible to not be impacted by any change this brings, and be beholden to any government giving you whatever they want to give you or do for you. It's just your own financial independence. So that's my biggest driving factor.
Yeah, definitely, man. Well done. Thank you so much for sharing, and thank you so much for making the time, and good luck with all these ventures lying ahead. And
thank you.
Yeah, and I'll definitely keep you posted when we release this, which will be in the next 2 days.
Oh, awesome! Thank you. Yeah. Let me know, and I can share it on my end as well. Great to meet you, man.
Yeah,
thanks
100%.
a lot.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it.